Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Scooby-Doo Tuesday, guys. You know what that means? Of course it means we're here continuing the journey of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This is Season 2, Episode 6, Art of Darkness. Interesting title. So last week's episode was pretty crazy, but the ending was insane. The original Mystery Inc. kind of reunited in a sense, because they all showed up. Professor Pericles was waiting a little bit to reveal himself, but they were all like, so who called this meeting? Did you? And Professor Pericles is like, hey, it's me. I have a proposition for you, because the new Mystery Inc., you know, the kids, they found another piece of the disc, and that has to stop, and have a proposition, and then it cuts. Of course it cuts to credits. I was just so frustrated, but at the same time, it was an amazing scene. And the fact is, too, they waited a little bit, because they didn't start off right away, because in episode 4, Fred's actual parents show up, who of course were part of the original Mystery Inc. They actually show up, but they wait a little bit to then dive into the gang and all of them talking to them for a bit. And they were saying they're really sorry, and they work for this trap company. Of course, they work for a trap company, so Fred's like freaking out and all that. And she's like, there's some mystery behind both of them. Like, why did they wait so long to show up after the arrest of Fred's dad, you know, the mayor, aka the Freak? So I have some questions about that, but the Hodag, the actual creature itself being a monkey or whatever, was an interesting reveal and all that kind of stuff. But that ending scene, man, that was really, really cool stuff. So I can't wait to see what happens in this episode. I'm really enjoying the show so far. Obviously, we're now within the final season, unfortunately, but thankfully, at least we have 2 seasons, because can you imagine if they ended at Season 1? We didn't get that Season 2 after the way they ended Season 1. It would have been a disaster, so thank God we have this other season. So let's dive in. Season 2, Episode 6 of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, Art of Darkness. Let's go. I don't know what's going on, but where's the Hex Girls? I'd rather have them. Okay, so an art show.
Observe the delicate line, the vibrant texture,
They're
the
there.
use of Ciara.
Brad,
They're there too.
Judy,
Oh.
we've got to talk.
Not a good time, Cassidy.
It's setting a tone, a mood, or so.
The most modern artists of the
Modern.
century will unveil my...
What? Wait a minute. It's a transformer! I hated your singing, so you must die. Oh. Whoa.
Wow, Daff, you look hot. I mean, would you like me to turn on the AC?
Lead singer of the emo art band Sunday Around Noonish was attacked by one of Randy
Sunday Around
Warsaw's
Noonish.
exhibit. Mystery Incorporated, Crystal Cove in
At least she's coming to them for help.
is trying to destroy Randy Warsaw. Solve the mystery.
Catch the culprit in a freakishly intelligent trap?
I need all the
Trap.
free finger food.
Yes, that.
That sweater, that hair,
Oh no.
those eyes, jinkies. What a wonderful word. That shall be your name. So rectangular. I shall name you Beef. You will become Freako, my emo art
What the
rock
fuck
band's
is
new
happening?
lead singer.
And what about me, Mr. Warsaw?
You, boring. Be gone.
Huh, I should take off my glasses more often.
You can't see,
I'm
though.
not blurry. We'll just investigate by ourselves. Right, Scooby?
Oh. Oh.
What do you do?
I work, while Warsaw gets all the credit. But that is all gonna change.
Old Muse.
You're dull, lifeless. Go away. Shoo. Shoo.
This is the art exhibit.
Why
that
does he
attacked
still have his
Randy
shirt still
Warsaw?
off? Can't he go put a new one on?
It's just a pile of old junk.
It's alive. I want to know how this thing is able to do all that. Oh, be careful. Oh.
Your art's back!
My God, there's a lot of things happening.
Cleo.
Does this remind you guys of something?
Like, yeah, the month I spent trapped inside a mannequin factory. Is this a good time to talk?
What are they
I
doing?
don't think we need to talk to her.
I'm begging you to think of Freddy. To
Oh.
really put him first. For once.
Be careful.
We've been kind for old time's sake, but don't push it.
Nobody has to get hurt. Try this. Oh, yes,
This is getting weird.
Now you truly are a piece of art.
This guy, I don't think it has nothing to do with this. I don't think. Why is there a cow? Okay, whatever.
Beef.
Oh, Jesus. Yep.
The forger?
I
Forger.
make all the art.
Oh,
He
okay.
gets all the credit.
It's junk.
Well, that's a bit unfair.
No, behind you. Oh, Jesus.
No.
How is it making duplicate copies? Because I don't think it's actually them in the gold. Jesus. Okay, this is getting crazy. Crazier.
I've never been more glad to see you in my whole life.
Oh, Daph, I've waited so long to hear you say that. Now we can be together again.
That's not what she meant. My God, this is getting crazy. Crazier once again. Okay, I have so many questions about this monster.
Destroy it before it hurts you or anyone else.
Destroy a masterpiece? Never.
Never.
I'd rather destroy myself. I shall confront junk and allow him to consume me completely.
Sheriff
I thought for a second I saw like a different hat on
It's
him.
my art beret. I wear it because, well, of course it looks familiar. It's a famous painting by Albrecht von Kartoffelkopf.
Yuck.
sound like anyone we know?
Oh.
You finally got your glasses back. Thank you. This episode is really weird. I'm thinking it's the bass guitar player, whatever. Yeah. Use Cal to destroy machine. Oh, it's not over.
Consume me, you...
Jesus. Oh, that'll work.
Let's see who's really behind all this junk.
It's the bass guitar player, whatever.
These guys have been frozen to recreate a picture by the famous...
Oh, they actually were
Hungarian
frozen.
artist Albrecht von Kartoffelkopf. Butch Burbanks.
Fine, you got
Fine.
me. But don't expect my...
Using powerful electromagnets and his expert knowledge of musical instruments, Butch was able to control your junk sculpture and make it attack you.
Whoa.
I hated what you made me into. All I ever wanted to do was play polkas in a Bavarian oompa band. Molded
Okay,
me
this
into
is
a
why.
dark
Okay.
band leader,
Okay.
playing and singing horrible intellectual music.
It's okay, gang. Sometimes people just don't appreciate it.
Put a shirt on.
It's all about the truth. Evil
Truth?
resides in Crystal Cove. We'll all get through this thing alive.
This was a weird episode. I'm not going to lie to you. This was a strange episode, but there was some interesting things in regards to the actual main plot, and then the kind of side plot with Cassidy confronting Fred's parents or whatever, and we'll get to that in a second. But just overall in general, just a strange episode with Art and this artiste, and I actually have the voice cast pulled up, and I didn't realize it was Billy West who voiced him, Randy Warsaw. But Billy West is a fantastic voiceover actor. He's great. He's done a lot of things over the years. But it was so strange seeing this artiste and him making all this weird shit, and then when they come to investigate, the mystery, he changes them or whatever, makes Velma like into jinkies, breaking her glasses, and that you're my muse, and then taking off Fred's shirt, and he's shirtless for a lot of the episode, and I think they called him meat or beef or something. I don't know. And then Shaggy's supposed to work on this cheese sculpture. Of course, he's eating the cheese sculpture, and Scooby is now the new singer of this Sunday something afternoon, whatever the fuck the band's called, as they opened the episode. But the woman, the lead singer of the band, was taken by the monster, the machine, as it's their credit is the junk golem, and turned her into gold, which actually did happen to all of them when they were taken. They were all turned. They were because I was thinking like, oh, these are just replicas or whatever. These are not actually the people. They actually were frozen inside this gold thing or whatever to recreate this art or whatever, this painting, and the different like positions they were in. It all ties in, of course, to who it actually is, the bass guitar player. But Scooby becoming the new vocalist, which we got to hear Scooby sing, and we'll get to a lot of this in a second in terms of because I want to talk about the Cassidy stuff and Fred's parents first overall after this little spiel. But so Daphne was by herself kind of investigating, but so all that was happening. So we didn't really see a continuation of the scene. I'm assuming we'll see it at some point, I hope, or something, because the previously on Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, they had a bunch of stuff, and some of you guys said not to watch it, but it was just playing, and I wasn't really paying too much attention, but I was realizing it was all focused around the original Mystery Inc. and the meeting they had at the end of the last episode, and we didn't get to see a continuation. However, Fred's parents were there at the art gallery or whatever at the opening of the episode, and Cassidy confronts them. He's like, oh, it's not a good time to talk. Then they're in Fred's house now, because I guess he just now lives there, and I guess they're living there now too. Like, it's so strange because I don't know. Anyways, so they're looking at some sort of map. They cover it up when she walks in, and she's like, think of Fred first. Don't let the treasure consume you. You're better than that. And it's like, okay, so she knows. She has an idea of what they're actually doing here. It's not about Fred and trying to build a relationship with their son. It seems like they're actually there because of the treasure. That's really unfortunate. But that's just her assumption. We'll see if it's true, but just based off of how they showed this episode in terms of those quick scenes, it's pretty clear they don't want to talk to Cassidy, and they're clearly not really bonding really with Fred, because they didn't have an interaction at all with Fred in this episode. Didn't happen at all. So, and even though Fred was consumed with all this stuff going on and all the weird shit, which, okay, so some really weird stuff in this episode, but there was no conversation, no interaction in this episode whatsoever between the three of them, so that was really strange. But she's like, I know you guys or whatever. Cassidy was saying that, and then Cassidy gets on the radio and says she's going to be talking about what's happening, and they're listening in. It's like, hopefully we'll get through this. Like, okay, so there's some shit going on here, and that kind of confirms my theory or, thinking in terms of there's something else going on with Fred's parents and then just them showing up, because in the previously on, you even hear where Mr. E says something about where they're coming back for Fred, but I think it's more about the treasure and not so much Fred. So that's really unfortunate, but we'll see. We'll see how it all unfolds. But interesting little bits. I'm glad they had that in the episode, because if it was all the art stuff and nothing about, and there's no actual kind of continuation of what happened in last week's episode at the end, Professor Pericles bringing them all together, it would have been annoying. I would have been really frustrated. I would have complained about that. So I'm glad we had some sort of continuation and a pretty interesting conversation about why Cassidy thinks they're really there, and it's about the treasure, not so much Fred. So the art stuff, it's weird as hell. The reveal of the guy who just wanted to play his really weird style of music that apparently Shaggy knew, but then he slowed it down playing it, and it sounded exactly like the really weird fucking song that opened the episode, and they played it again. I think it was the same song when Scooby was singing, which was not good. I think that's the whole point. Scooby was not supposed to sound great, because there's times he's like, "Aah!" Like his notes are not staying at a constant level. Like he's doing what I do sometimes, and I don't think I ever do it for videos, but I'll just make this. It sounds probably weird. It looks fucking weird. But it's like this weird noise I would make, because I just would randomly do it back in high school, and I would just randomly do it from time to time, just messing with my wife and just being silly. And that's what it kind of sounded like in terms of like Scooby trying to hit a note and he can't sustain it, so he's going up and it sounds weird, or goes down and it's not, it's just strange. It's kind of remind me of that. And then that quick shot of the bass guitar player, apparently his whole fucking instrument controlled the golem, the junk golem. And you see him peer through his eyes, and then, of course, he, disappears under the stage cracking or whatever, and here comes the junk golem and all that kind of stuff. It was all strange, and there's no real explanation to how the junk golem was able to, float into the air and then basically transform into the thing itself. All the junk just transforms into the thing. There's no explanation to that. It's just, he can control it, because they said electromagnetism or something. They tried to explain it, but it would not do it like that. There's no way the pieces would float and do all that. What the hell's going on here? Oh, sorry. I was like, I'm hearing Lucy, my dog, and so she's going to her house now. Sorry about that, guys. Because she's usually just relaxing in her house or on the couch over here. So when I heard her, I'm like, the fuck? It threw me off. But the whole thing of the things floating, and that would never happen, even if they try to explain it. So it's one of those things where you kind of gotta let it go. Other times I say stuff breaks the show. But anyways, So they try to explain it. They try to do a red herring with that worker one guy or whatever who actually is the one who creates all the art, all the weird stuff, and he makes a copy to sell, but he's the one who actually makes it, so he's getting all the, he should be getting the credit. This guy shouldn't be doing nothing, because apparently he doesn't do anything. So that just kind of goes to show that guy, he's in a shitty situation because he's making all the art, but he's not making any really, he's not getting the credit for it, but yeah, he's selling it. So I'm guessing he's making some money off of it, I guess, some decent money maybe. But it's a weird thing to see Scooby with I'm assuming Scooby's not going to wear that, that wig again. Fred juggling with a fish on his head. There's a cow for some reason. Why was the cow in the Mystery Machine when they were saving Daphne? Because Daphne was the only one who was dismissed by the artist Randy Warsaw. Yeah, Randy Warsaw. And so she was the only one trying to figure out this whole mystery. And there's a moment too where Fred is like, well, Daphne, I'm so glad you're here, you're happy that I'm here to save you and I want to be. But then she kind of lets it's pretty obvious. Daphne wants to be with Fred. It's like, well, I'm not interested in you because you're like him or different him. I'm interested in you because of you. If I was interested. It's like, Daphne, we know you are. Daphne's just afraid to get hurt again. And I don't blame her because I'm still confused on this part. I'm still kind of iffy on this. Were they actually engaged? No, there was no ring. It was just like, oh, we're going to get married, but was there a ring? No, I don't think there was. Anyways. It's such a strange thing, but I understand her point of not wanting to really open up just yet. Even though Fred's trying to. Even Fred said, oh, Daphne, you look hot. I mean, did I say hot? I mean, do you want to turn the AC on? So it's like, he's trying in his own weird way. He's trying. I'm glad that Velma finally figured out to put glasses back on. I can't believe he broke them. I can't believe he did that. Like, what an ass move. But he's like, oh, you're Jinkies now. And then she's like, I can't see what's going on here. Then she finally puts glasses on towards the end of the episode. I'm like, thank you, Velma, Jinkies, for doing that finally. Because, you don't need, because she kept, looking at me like, I get it. Because she's like, wait, you think that about me? Because he was, saying all this stuff. His way of speaking, just in general, a lot of those people in that fucking room, for this artiste in this show, they spoke really weird and strange because they're all art hipsters as they're fucking as they're credited on this episode. So yeah, it was definitely a weird episode, but I'm glad that we do have some sort of continuation of the Professor Pericles meeting with all of them and Cassidy confronting Fred's parents. So at least we do have some of that. But I'm curious to see where we go from here, especially with that ending where she's going to be doing a new show where Cassie's going to be talking about what's happening. So I doubt she's going to get that far with what she wants to, talk about, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes down. So anyways, what did you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have about this episode, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.